this video, Dana Hatchett is showing you how to look at paint samples to enjoy colors. Playing with paint samples could be a way to familiarize with yourself with colors and color interaction.
Okay, there's a lot of places where you can get color. You can buy color, like Color Aid here, which is a really good resource of color. Or you can get Color Aid that's construction paper and various other sources. And there's another source that's out there, and you go to paint stores and you can get paint samples. And these paint samples serve a lot of different purposes. I like them because I find one of the more important things about studying color is looking at the edges, looking how an edge,
Bring it a little to the middle.
How an edge feels. Is it a sharp edge or is it a soft edge? Okay, and the paint samples can give you a ready-made method of doing that. Okay, and I will be giving assignments later on dealing with sharpness of edges and softness of edges. And so I think that it's nice to have resources that show different types of things for different times and stuff.
So could you tell the viewer, when you say a soft edge and a hard edge, which one is the hard and which one's the soft in this?
Okay,
Why don't you just point to it, like in this sample?
In this sample here, this is a softer edge than this one, meaning
what I would guess.
The contrast is a little more pronounced here. Okay, I think one of the things that I find most interesting about paint samples are the fact that so many people want various shades of very muted colors in their rooms. Not that many people want really sharply defined colors.
Or like a bright red.
Bright red or something. So there's a lot of color that reveals itself that's very soft. And this is a little bit sharper here, but it's a little softer here. And for me personally, what I like about the paint chips is I can carry them around with me, and if I feel like looking at color, I can do that. Now there's all kinds of ways you can do it. Like if you look down the edge of the chips, then you can see that edge very clearly. And it's kind of like you're in a way, you're kind of turning the color off. You're just looking at that edge. Okay.
Well, they're samples of colors.
And so different kinds of edges. And for me at least, I find that when I'm looking at color edges, I start to notice colors in the world around me more. I notice if a car goes past me and is passing another car, I see the edge being different than another kind of edge. And so it's just a kind of familiarity. Like, look how really, really soft and almost not there at all this edge is.
Right.
And that would be almost a disappearing edge. It's an edge, but it's sort of a disappearing edge, as opposed to being a really sharp edge like here that has a lot of and sharpness can be created by contrasting chroma, like opposite colors, or it can be the amount of dark and light, which is the case in these two here.
And so you look at colors as sort of a meditative experience.
Meditative experience, and it has a lot to do with just with this particular assignment, with this particular thing, it has a lot to do with just the way it feels, the way it optically feels. And what I like the most about going to a paint shop and looking at the paints are the wide range of very soft values that are there. the kind of soft edges. And then there are colors that can come off of that, because they do have brighter colors too. Some people like painting their walls bright yellow, I suppose. But it just, a kind of interesting dynamic occurs. And I remember when I was a student that there were assignments given just on trying to show as many white variations of very, very muted whites that you can find.
And so you can get paint samples at the store. This is a paper. I don't know exactly what they're called. I looked it up, but
They're paint chips.
They're samples, and you wouldn't go take a ton of them from one store, but you can wander around in your daily activities and find some paint stores, Home Depots, Lowe's, and just pick up a few and play with color.